Hello my lovelies. Well, do you know what? This is about the second time I've had to do this video because I'm so wound up by what I've seen Naz Shah, the Labour MP, saying in Parliament. Now, as we know, Labour have been forced into a corner and they've got to do an inquiry into Pakistani grooming gangs now. They've got no choice, they've got to do it because it's obvious there's been a cover-up. Well, we've known that for years. There's been a cover-up. Governments have just refused to look into it. The police have been covering it up. Councils have been ensuring that's been covered up as well. Don't forget the councils, it's not just the police. The whole establishment Parliament has been. And now Keir Starmer has come out saying that he is going to have an inquiry. But remember, this is the same Keir Starmer who stated that anyone that was calling for an inquiry was far right.
Calling for inquiries because they want to jump on a bandwagon of the far right.
Now, let's get on to what Naz Shah has done in Parliament. Now, Naz Shah, the Labour MP, is infamous for a tweet that she hearted and retweeted a while ago from a parody account of Owen Jones. She must have thought it was Owen Jones. You know, Owen Jones is the ideal leftist woke personality out there, but it wasn't him. I must stress it was not him that made this statement. But she put a heart on this statement, so she read it and then retweeted it. This is what it said. Exactly, Eric. Those abused girls in Rotherham and elsewhere just need to shut their mouths for the good of diversity. Now, she liked that. That MP, Naz Shah, liked it. Remember that? They should shut their mouths for the good of diversity. That's exactly why there was a cover-up. Exactly. Now, she realised, she was told, you made a big mistake here, and so she undid the retweet. But of course, too late, she'd done it, people saw it. And for an MP to do that, for anyone to do it, but especially an MP, it's absolutely disgusting, and she should no longer be in the Labour Party. She shouldn't. She shouldn't be in any party. She should have been outcast in disgrace, because that is exactly the thinking behind why things were covered up, so that Pakistanis and Muslims in Britain wouldn't be made feel uncomfortable. You know, that's why the cover-up happened in the first place. So in my mind, she shouldn't be an MP. Just look what's happened to Gary Lineker because he retweeted something with a rat emoji on it. And yet she kept a job. But no shame. This is what she actually said in Parliament today. And this is what I want to discuss. But let's start playing it.
Naz Shah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can I first thank the Home Secretary for her statement and for her leadership and commitment to get a grip on this issue. As a Member of Parliament for one of the largest constituencies of Muslim and Pakistani heritage people, Muslims, I know the sheer anger and condemnation that the vast majority of them share, like all Britons, against those that commit these vile actions and vile sexual abuse. This is not only backed by recent polling by opinion that shows Muslims are deeply concerned, majority of them, about grooming gangs, but by sermons in mosques, letters from leading figures, demonstrations on the streets and...
What? Demonstrations on the street? When? I can't remember Muslims or Pakistanis demonstrating on the streets against grooming gangs.
So much more, often not given the media coverage that they deserve. I am pleased to see that...
Rubbish. It would be on Twitter, or X should I say, it would be on social media even though the networks aren't putting it on. So she's talking rubbish there. I dare say a lot of Muslims are disgusted by grooming gangs, but the thing is, we know it's a lot are not disgusted by it. Not disgusted by what's going on. There'll be some Muslims, yes, certainly are.
The National Crime Agency will be involved in the future inquiries, and let me reiterate in this House that British Muslims stand on the side of victims and support the full force of the law against all perpetrators of abuse. But would the Home Secretary...
Well, you certainly didn't when you retweeted that and hearted that horrible tweet about they should keep their mouths shut. See why I'm annoyed by this? It's just total hypocrisy. She shouldn't be standing there. She should have been dismissed.
Agree with me that those that display selective outrage or fan the flames to blame entire communities do nothing to protect innocent victims or further the cause of victims.
Can I...
Now, what she's saying there, let me just put it in a simple sentence, what she's saying there. The Muslims are the victims. So it's not that the girls who were preyed on by these Pakistani Asian grooming gangs are the victims. It's the Muslims who are being blamed for it that are the victims. That's what she's saying. Unbelievable. Totally actually, it is believable, because I've said this for years, said it for years. Parliament knew what was going on. What is going on, I'm saying what's going on, it's still going on. And because of they were scared to upset one small sector of the community, that's it. It had to be covered up. Absolutely disgraceful. Disgraceful. And let's just hear what Yvette Cooper had to say.
welcome my honourable friend's points that she makes about the anger in her community, the anger across British Muslim communities.
Sorry, I haven't heard this anger or outrage. I've heard Sikhs going on about it. I've heard Sikhs actually going out and educating young girls about the dangers. I've seen British people talking about the dangers of it, but I haven't seen these demonstrations and this outrage by Muslim groups. I haven't. But please, someone, if you've got anything of this march that went on against Pakistani Asian grooming gangs, please let me know and let me see them. I'd be very interested. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But as I say, it is believable. It's Parliament. It's very believable.